come back next year. I think that's like the sum of all Nigerian universities, public at least, and some private, some public-ish private, is come back next year. Graduation is too mainstream.
Did you go to a private school or a government-funded school, and what was the name?
Private. Do I have to say the name of my word? I went to Madonna. Not Maradona. Naga. Madonna.
Federal University of Technology, Owerri.
I went to Ahmadu Bello University, Kaduna.
Redeemers University.
I went to Unilorin. I mean, people would call it a private school, but it's not.
Wow, but that's not freedom.
Oh yeah, I'm going to Unilog.
Yeah, government went to Unilag too.
There was this period for like 5 years where I went to say hi to one of my guys at the University of Ado-Ekiti, and I was staying there.
And you got stuck, you didn't have transport money to come back?
Yes, for 5 years.
I went to American University of Nigeria for 2 years. And then I took
nomad.
I took a gap year, and then I went to Ghana.
University of Debrecen.
Ah, God. Can you say it again?
University of Debrecen.
See, Debrecen, I mean, Ado-Ekiti. Like,
What 3 things best describe the struggle of uni?
The first one was sleep.
The struggle of getting laid and staying laid.
Because you have to take cabs a lot, or you have to like shuffle between departments or between your department and gate, you end up entering cabs a lot. And people don't like to bath or use deodorant.
I was going to be like, my biggest struggle was the sun in Yola, but then I remembered we had like school buses that used to run.
I still can't figure out how I survived 5 years in Futo Hostel.
Strike, going for class, finding food. Finding food was such a struggle.
Depression. And this isn't even a joke. I had like a bunch of carryovers in my 200 level. Mostly maths and physics, because I still don't know maths and physics.
I had always been one of those people that didn't have to do the most to get the best. And then I got to med school and was like, ha ha ha, bitch, you thought. Consistency is the key. There's no room for geniuses here.
Sometimes we would get to the hostel and the internet would be down for like 2 hours, and to just be like, what's going on?
How did you have internet in the hostel?
so you're lucky on that, basically, if, like, I feel like the guys I used to steal in Ado, and I'm pretty sure they were students, like, there were instances then where we didn't have running water where I was staying in school, so we used to fetch from wells. So you don't have water in your compound, you go to the next compound to go fetch water. Like, it's just water you want to fetch, right? You come back, like, your laptop, your phone, your TV, your money, sometimes your clothes, everything is gone.
It just helped me know how to pretend. I just behaved the way they wanted me to behave, so I would leave the school.
Every time there was like an ASU strike that would last for 3 months, students from UNAD would have been at home for, say, like 2 months prior, because we had already fought about something before the entire body. Exactly. The third one was no lecture, because that was pretty much all I heard until I decided to stop going to school.
Like she said, it taught me how to pretend. Because I was bummed like all the time, but then I still had to hang around people, and I didn't want to let my...
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hi guys, shameless self-plug here. I want to tell you about something called Aluta and Chill. It's all about Nigerian students telling their stories in their own ways. Here's all you need to know. Follow at Aluta and Chill everywhere. Oh, and we're looking for curators too. If you're a student with a good eye for stories, now you will be defined. Okay, so say it with your chest. From your first year to your last year, what type of students were you?
Brilliant.
100 level was joining everything joinable. I joined karate, I joined just about every society in church, I joined just about everything outside church.
I didn't want to be at home, and there was nothing else to do, so always in class, not necessarily paying attention, looking for one babe to talk to or someone to disturb.
And then I saw my 100 level first semester results. I'm like, like 2 A's and 2 B's and 1 C. I only came to class like 6 times. And I can have this kind of result. Well, what if I don't come at all?
I spent 100 level reading every high fantasy novel there was. I basically, what we'd do is that Friday we'd go to cyber cafe, download JAR books, because then we didn't have smartphones, so we'd download JAR novels, and then we'd spend the next of the week reading them.
First semester was like academics, then pests. Pro Evolution Soccer 6. Then second year was Football Manager. Football Manager, the year Football Manager entered my secondary school, right? When results came out, F. F just full everywhere. Because boys will literally be like in front of exam hall and they're like, guy, you get final, you get Champions League final. Man put in holiday. And like, no, how they come.
200 level, I spent watching all the anime there was at that point.
200 level, I had made like a group of friends, a bunch of people that were like me, I guess.
From 100 level second semester to like final year was just, hey guys, Alpha, when is exam timetable coming out?
400 level, I was basically back to how I was in 100 level. Nerd, low-key, and that's how my life has been since then.
Clearly, these people don't want me to get a first class. So what's the point? Like, collect parents' money, enjoy your life, actually become a culture bitch. Like,
A now dismissed lecturer of Obafemi Awolowo University was sentenced to 2 years in prison for trying to get his students to have sex for marks. What do you think about that?
Not enough.
I was really happy to hear that because when I heard that the thing went to court, I was like, they're going to bury this case. Like, this girl will not get anything.
So how many years in prison?
2.
2. What's their problem? 2.
2 years is not enough. Like, if it's not 25 to life.
I hope that it was 2 years and losing his license or something, like to make it more substantial.
we should have hung him by his balls.
See, the only thing I can think about is someone needs to just build an anonymous reporting app, right? That students can just go and post their evidence and someone can just be gathering this evidence. And while they are doing that, they should just be recruiting like new lecturers because by the time they finish purging, it's the students that will be teaching themselves.
You know, it's funny. After I graduated from university, like 2 years ago, I was talking to my friends, my female friends, and they told me that literally 100% of the girls in my class, from 100 level to 400 level, were hit on by at least one lecturer in my department. 100%. Every single girl.
The big difference between like Europe, from my perspective, as in Central Europe where I was, and Nigeria, is that first of all, teachers were not even moving to students. Most people kept their professional boundaries. So if like you felt like there was some chemistry between you and your students, you would just like not do anything until she's no longer your students. Yeah, people just so they never like people respected the boundaries because obviously you can go to jail, bad things can happen to you.
But there's still chemistry.
When you are like teaching someone, so they will just wait until that person is no longer their student.
There are songs that have normalized it for the longest time.
I think toasting is putting it lightly. I think these things are usually like at best subtle threats, you know, because the girls are helpless. Mind you that most of these girls are like teenagers. Some of them are older, but like they're 18, I said they don't really know anything.
Or counter idea, we build a public square. Every 5 minutes, yours.
Shame.
But like without stripping them, I don't want to see any of my lecturers naked.
Even coppers, coppers, NYSC, serve your nation. Serve your nation, stop raping children.
I just don't feel like being sentenced to 2 years is enough.
I believe in it. I still believe in the death penalty, by the way.
Yes.
Because there is no
I
better
also too
deterrent. It
believe
just
in the
works.
death penalty.
Because it's taxpayers' money you're going to use to feed this person.
Do you think Nigerian schools support academic freedom?
What's that? Can we ask more realistic questions?
No.
What is academic?
How?
I told the lecturer once that what he said was wrong, and he told me I was going to fail his course. And I passed. The weird thing is that I think I was like, there was someone else in my class, his name was Abdullah. And everybody else assumed Abdullah was a Muslim because Abdullah. And then when we checked our results and he realized it was Abdullah that failed, he actually said, it was you I expected to fail this course.
Your lecturers come up and they start teaching you with notes that they were taught with back in 1978.
Handout from 1976, like the one he did in the second year as a lecturer. We used it in 2000. Like he photocopied it. Like the photocopy is not even new. It's not they retyped it. The one that they photocopying from that year.
You can see the ink fading.
For the most part, no, but once in a while you come across lecturers who actually try. So in my 4th year, I had this oil and gas lecturer, Mr. Ayoade was his name. Mr. Ayoade. I think Mr. Ayoade tried. He tried to. He was very confused by how zombie-like students were. So he used to try and shake us up and like give us assignments that were not the norm, or like tell you to write like a 10-page paper on this topic. And he tried, I can say that Mr. Ayoade tried to encourage.
Okay, let's talk about ASU. Oh, well, have you ever experienced a strike before?
Definitely not. Private children. Although my own was community money private.
I mean, I've watched people be on strike, if that counts.
I went to Unilorry. I can't relate. Just.
Well, I'm currently experiencing ASU strike because I'm running my master's in UNLAG.
It always starts with a press release. They're like, federal government in 1996 promised to do blah, 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 and it didn't do blah, blah, blah. So niggas, watch out. You are going home soon.
I'm pretty sure I've been through more than one.
Because of an ASU strike, he was like in first year for like more than 1 year. But as soon as the strike ended, then he was the second year for like a short time, and next thing he was in third year. Like, I don't really understand the math, but I know.
Yes, this is now, see, you are not supposed to understand.
Yeah, so
Nobody
it's just very weird.
happened.
Every month, they will tell you they're current up next month. So you're just there like, let me just chill. Like, there's not to start anything huge. And that's the way I fapped 6 months of my life.
So what life lesson did going to a Nigerian university teach you?
It's a fucking scam, man. It's a fucking scam.
Okay, so the one most important thing going to a Nigerian university taught me is that find your tribe. That this is my tribe, this is what I want to be, these are the people I want to be around, these are the things I want to achieve, and these are the people that can help me do that.
Nigerian education will not do anything for you. I can't learn work.
Nothing about university prepares you for life. It's so weird. Nigerian school teaches you only to be one thing, employable. And then you enter this world with 90,000 other people every year, and there are not enough jobs. And the only way you know how to be is employable. So all you know how to do is apply for jobs. And it just sets you up. It's a setup. I feel like they should just even scrap the thing. Let's just be going to Coursera.
I feel like you should not rely on book, but like if you're already in it, at least try to get a 2-1. Because you see, when people put out job.
Oh, like job requirements.
Exactly.
For sure.
There's always like a minimum with 2-1. So I think that's like first thing.
Like I'm not saying go and bang, go.
Try and get a 2-1. But
really
honestly,
people
academics should be like your second focus when you're in a Nigerian university. Yeah. Exactly what Naga said. If you have a skill.
Whenever someone sees me, I like ask her how far, and I don't know them, and I don't want to see me because I don't know them. I'll just be all, guy, and then they'd be like, oh, do you remember this thing? I was like, ugh, how could I forget? I don't remember shit.
Is that part of like guy code or stuff?
It's just part of my code. I do it till now. Yeah.